the Ocean Division. Sacred Heart is led by head coach Mark Grieve, who is assisted by Dave Dove, Mike Doyle, Mark Fabry, John Gilmore, and Ed Larios. Your Menlo Knights are led by second-year head coach Todd Smith and his star assistants Austin Carter-Samuels, Mike McAdams, Nikki Lysette, Dominique Cole, Peter Zappas, and Giovanni Stanley. And now for a familiar statement from the CIF CCS. Sacred Heart Prep and Menlo School place the highest priority on sportsmanship. In accordance with CCS guidelines, you are encouraged to enthusiastically support your team while at the same time remaining respectful to your opponents. Also, we are extremely fortunate to have a very experienced, highly regarded group of officials to oversee this game. They have pledged to do their best to make this competition a fair one. Please show them the respect and good sportsmanship that they are entitled to. Finally, let this announcement serve as a reminder that artificial noisemakers are prohibited during this game. Thanks to all. Let's honor the game, and best of luck to both schools. We'll lead off by announcing the names of all the seniors for Sacred Heart Prep. Number 5, Luke DeGrosse. Number 7, Matt Bucher. Number 8, Andrew Latu. Number 10, Luke Rennert. Number 12, Jack Harrell. Number 14, Jack Halloran. Number 20, Johnny Radiff. Number 21, Tyler Jones. Number 22, Billy Thompson. Number 23, Jack Fraunhofer. Number 24, Zach Freer. Number 30, Tyler Weisel. Number 32, Luis Mendoza. Number 33, Thomas Malumphy. Number 50, Berjo Eldemir. Number 55, Becco Kelly. Number 56, Adrian Dioli. Number 62, Robert Plaschke. And now we'll introduce the senior class for your Menlo Knights. Number 4, Ben Bonatow. Number 5, Carter Jung. Number 7, Jack Geisler. Number 8, Sergio Beltran. Number 9, Griffin Perks. Number 10, Will Murphy. Number 21, Sam Randall. Number 22, Tyler Flynn. Number 24, Andrew Yegan. Number 25, Sammy Scola. Number 58, Logan Dieter. Number 59, Aiden Hausenbold. And number 72, Noah Kornfeld. It's now time for the teams to meet for the traditional coin toss at the center of the field with the officials. Oh, okay. Can I get rid of this then? Okay, Menlo has won the toss and has elected to receive. The Knights and Gators were met at midfield by the crew, led by referee Edward Walters, umpire Craig Gruber, headlinesman Ricardo Rodriguez, line judge John Montalbano, field judge Michael Suggs, side judge Don Goldston, and back judge Adam Pruitt for their hard work. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise and remove your caps while the Sacred Heart and Hano perform the Star Spangled Banner.
Menlo, the Ocean champions, are coming in with an undefeated record. They're playing the Sacred Heart Bay Division and 3-6. The Knights are led by record-breaking quarterback Sergio Beltran, number 8. It's been a high-powered offense and a stout defense. Menlo blew through the Ocean League undefeated, and this will be their 3rd Bay League opponent of the season. The Knights won the opening toss, and they will receive the ball. Kicking for the Gators will be number 19, Sean Tinsley, and the Knights will have Ty Richardson, Carter Jung back deep to play, receive. This is Valpo Bowl number 19. And the Gators in the last 10 years have absolutely dominated, winning 9 of the last 10. Tinsley lines up, kick. It's a short kick. That'll be fielded by Richardson at about the 10-yard line. Richardson has a hole up the middle, and he's got some space. Slowed up, and he's still going across the 40. Great return by Ty Richardson. Menlo will start at about the 43-yard line.
Richardson returns the ball across the 40-yard line. Brought down by Anthony Noto and Shea O'Kelly of the Gators.
So here comes that Menlo Knight offense. Last week, Sergio Beltran established a new CCS touchdown record by throwing his 43rd touchdown pass of the year.
As Sergio Beltran leads his squad out onto the field.
Sacred Heart Prep lining up. Prep's coming out. They're in a 4-3-4 defense. That's Jung in motion. Beltran back deep to the pass. Throws. He's got swing. He's got Geisler open in the flat. Geisler's getting down to about the 48. And he's out of bounds after a gain of about 5 yards.
Beltran's pass complete to number 7, Jack Geisler. He's knocked out of bounds.
And
right
on the play, there is
Wilbur.
number 34. That's Prep starting middle linebacker, shaken up and still on the sidelines. So you hate to see that one play into the game, and Sacred Heart Prep's starting middle linebacker is down on the sidelines. He's being tended to. So that swing pass to Geisler was actually a gain of about 7 yards. And Menlo will have a 2nd and 3. Earlier today, the Knights celebrated their seniors, which included Ben Bonatau, Carter Jung, Jack Geisler, Sergio Beltran, Griff Perks, Tyler Flynn, Sam Scola, Logan Dieter, Aiden Hausenbold, Noah Kornfeld, and Andrew Yegan. Menlo comes into this game with a 9-0 record, trying to break a 5-game Sacred Heart winning streak in the Valpo Bowl. Last time the Knights won was 2016. They beat Sacred Heart 31-14. This Knights team 2 years ago was 9-0 when they were on the JV level, and they played their Week 10 game against Sacred Heart Prep, and they won that game. It was the first time the Knights JV program had beat Sacred Heart in about 10 years. So here these guys are 2 years later as seniors, trying to beat Prep and cap off a perfect regular season.
Okay, Conrad Wilbur
So
was
both
able to
Menlo
walk off the
and
field
Sacred
on his
Heart
own.
will be playing in the
Back to the
playoffs
action.
beginning next week, seedings to be determined.
The Knights will have the ball 2nd and 3 at midfield.
And so number 34 is going to be helped off the field on a cart. And now coming in is going to be sophomore 28, Ravu Savali. He'll be the middle backer. Here come the Knights, trips right, Sacred Heart again into that 4-3 quarters look. Snap to Beltran. He's got all day, looking. He's going to tuck the ball, cutbacks. And Sergio Beltran's going to fall forward and get about 7 yards. That's enough for the first down.
Good coverage by the Gators. Beltran takes off, gains the first down.
Interestingly, if you watch the Prep D line, they're not rushing
He
very
runs
hard.
down all the way to the Gator 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Knights.
The Prep D line on the first 2 plays takes about 2 steps and seem to be spying Sergio Beltran, perhaps taking away screen game. But we have not seen a heavy pass rush yet from Sacred Heart. So Knights now in Gator territory. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Sacred Heart. Menlo's offensive line has been outstanding all season. Center Aiden Zhao, Ari Crane at a guard, Aiden Hausenbold at a guard, and Kinder and Ralston Raphael are tackles. There's Court Halsey at the slot position. There's Beltran back to pass. He's going to step up. He's got some room, makes some room outside, and brought down by number 58, number 7.
Beltran flushed out of the pocket, gains a couple of yards.
That's Matt Bucher and
Brought
Shea
down by
O'Kelly
Matt
in on the
Bucher.
tackle.
And Shea O'Kelly.
So early on, it looks like Prep is taking away the passing game.
2nd and 7
Not
for the
necessarily
Knights.
rushing very hard, dropping guys into coverage, and Beltran is going to have to beat him with the legs. Here we go, 2nd down. That's a quick pass to Scolo. Makes one man miss, and then there are about 3 or 4 Prep tacklers, but not until Scola
Beltran
gets
complete.
a first down.
Beltran's pass complete to Scola. He's close to a first down. It is a first down for the Knights.
Scola takes 1 step. You have Geisler come out, block the corner, and then that Scola one-on-one makes the outside linebacker miss.
Scola was brought down by Johnny Radiff.
And that's a first down, Menlo.
And
So the
Mason
Knights
Chakudi.
moving here on their opening drive. 1st and 10. This time they're at the 36-yard line. Check that, the 34-yard line. Here comes Beltran. That's a shuffle pass into the middle. There goes Court Halsey, number 88. And Halsey gets about 9 yards.
Beltran fakes it to Geisler.
So watch
Shovel
this
pass.
design here. It's a shotgun to
Complete to Halsey.
Beltran. He's faking a type of read option with
Gain of about
Geisler
8.
and then pitches it to Halsey right up the middle, who gets about 8 yards.
Brought down by Shea O'Kelly and John Chung.
Court Halsey, the junior tight end, has been having an outstanding season Missed last week's game, but he's back and he's moving around extremely well.
2nd and 2 for the Knights. Inside the Gators' 25-yard line.
Entering the game for Sacred Heart Prep is number 4, Andrew Roca. He'll be a cornerback. The other cornerback for Sacred Heart is number 81, Carter Shaw. And at the safety position is number 2, John Chung. John Chung was actually a member of the Menlo Knights JV team 2 years ago as a freshman. That was a team that beat the Knights. And as we're back, and there goes Sergio Beltran again. He runs for about 14 yards for another first down.
That's Sergio Beltran with the keeper up the middle. He's inside the 10-yard line. First down, Knights.
And that'll be a 1st and goal for Menlo.
Beltran brought down by Shea O'Kelly.
Excellent job. It's a direct snap to Beltran. Gets a great block from Jack Geisler, the single back. And now Menlo, here they are, 1st and goal at about the 9-yard line. First quarter opening drive here. Knights have 3 receivers, trips to the left. Sacred Heart is now staying into that single high look. Here comes Beltran. Run. He's got some room to run, cuts inside, and he will be tackled, but not after a gain of about 5 yards.
Beltran flushed out of the pocket. Inside the 5-yard line, it'll be 2nd and goal for the Knights. Beltran was brought down by John Chung.
So here we go again. If you watch Sacred Heart's interior linemen, they take about 2 steps and then settle in and watch her. They're spying Beltran, but still Beltran's able to get outside the pocket and make some guys miss, and he's doing it with his legs on this opening drive. 2nd down and goal at about the 3-yard line. Menlo opening drive. They've been moving the ball downfield mostly on Beltran scrambles. Now there seems to be some discussion going on amongst the referees. This could be something to do with an equipment.
Yeah. It's like there's like bands on like 2 of the players and they're having them down.
And so the
officials are taking care of some equipment issues on the players.
officials are making sure that everyone is properly equipped.
2nd and goal from the 3-yard line for the Knights.
And so the Knights break the huddle. We're in an officials timeout right now as they're sorting out all equipment issues.
It's only O'Kelly who's made every one of their tackles. It's like he's got some bad knee brace or something. That's their trainer.
So on the field for Sacred Heart Prep, number 7, he's a outside linebacker and tight end, Matt Bucher. We mentioned John Chung. Chung's a junior starting at the safety position. Number 20 is Johnny Radev. He's a senior who's a defensive back. Also out there is number 24, Zach Frere, who's also a senior receiver defensive back. Number 58, that is Shea O'Kelly.
All right.
Has his gear in check, and now we're set to go. 46 as a DN. That's Anthony Noto, only a sophomore playing in this game. So here we go with, that's Halsey in motion. Snap to Beltran. There's a pitch again to the middle, and that's a touchdown. Court Halsey and the Menlo Knights.
Beltran fakes the handoff.
So the
Shuttle
Knights
pass to big Court Halsey, and he's in for the touchdown.
2 times on that drive. Use this exact same play where it's a direct snap to Beltran. He holds it out for Geisler as if it's a read option, and then he pulls it back, pitches
in for the kick for the Knights.
to Court Halsey, and the Knights score first. Knights score on their opening possession. So that'll be another touchdown pass to add to the record for Sergio Beltran. And Ross Muchnick, the junior kicker, he got under that. I don't know if there was a problem with the hold and the snap, but Ross Muchnick uncharacteristically
with 8 minutes to play,
misses an extra point.
6-0 Menlo.
So that'll make it 6-0 Knights.
Bridge or anything. There's nothing in the script
And so the Knights will be kicking off after a opening drive that took them about 57 yards, ending in a Beltran to Halsey shovel pass, the second one of the drive for a touchdown.
Turning for them. We got numbers: Carter Shaw
And back deep is going to be 24, Zach Frere and Carter Shaw.
Okay, it's Ross Muchnick.
Two dangerous return men for the
Deep for the Gators. Zach Frere
Ross Muchnick, who
and Carter Shaw
hits many of these kickoffs into the end zone, which forces the offense to start at the 20. We'll see if Muchnick pushes this one into the end zone. Here's the run up, and that's going to be squibbed to the ground, and that'll be taken by number 46. And that is the sophomore, Anthony Noto, who crosses the 35-yard line.
recovered in return.
And Sacred Heart will take over at the 36-yard line.
By Jack Geisler.
So here comes the Sacred Heart Prep offense. The quarterback today will be Mitchell Taylor. He's a junior, number 11. And we will see likely the famous fly sweep offense of the Sacred Heart Prep Gators.
Gators offense will be led by number 6, quarterback Mitchell Taylor.
In the backfield is Andrew Latu, number 8, as well as number 32, Luis Mendoza. That's Frere on the fly sweep, and it'll be Latu on the first play. And he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 5 yards. Andrew Latu has a connection
Andrew Latu with the carry up the middle.
To Menlo. His older brother, Mafi
Latu,
was a 3-year starter for the Menlo Varsity program.
Gain of about 5 yards brings up 2nd and 5 for the Gators at their own 42.
Andrew Latu, only a junior. This is his 2nd year as a starting running back for the prep program. Here we go. We got Frere in motion. Handoff. It'll be Latu, and he's going to be stuffed for no gain. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
That's Latu again, hit by Hausenbold, Scola, and first in on the tackle was number 55.
So these two teams, they met earlier in the season. This, of course, being the COVID season, they played a game in April.
No gain, 3rd and
Prep
5
won that
for the
game
Gators.
28-7. And here we are in 3rd and 5 situation. That's Frere in motion. That's a give to Mendoza, and he's going to be short of the first down after a gain of 2. And that'll be about, I believe, a 4th and about 4. We'll see what the Gators do here on the opening drive for them.
Gain of 2. Brings up 4th down and 3.
The offense remains on the field. So last year's game in which Sacred Heart won 28-7. It was a 7-7 game after the first half. Great football led by Chris Dallinson, who recently graduated and now is playing football at the Air Force. That'll be a fly sweep. There's Frere inside. He drops his head, and it'll be close. He's got a first down based on the mark. So Prep going for it on 4th and 4 deep in their own territory. Keep it on the ground.
Met right at the first down marker.
And Frere is able to get the first down. That's a good effort. Frere just drops his pads right before the first down marker, falls forward. That's a 1st and 10 for the Gators.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Beautiful day here at Cartan Field. The stands are packed on both sides. This traditional rival game always brings out fans from the entire community. So here we go. Prep is keeping it on the ground. That's Andrew Latu again for a gain of about 4.
Latu up the middle. Gain of 3 brought down by Richardson and Raphael.
The Knights today, they have 3 down linemen. That'll be Ralston Raphael at the nose with Court Halsey and Avi Romaine at the ends. Carter Jung and Sam Scola, linebackers who are playing up today right on the line of scrimmage. Prep on the ground, stick with it. That's Latu spinning, and forward progress will get him a few yards. And now it'll be a 3rd and about 5 yards for the Gators.
Latu again. Richardson, Jung, and Romaine in on the tackle. Forward progress is to the 46-yard line.
So Prep in their
That'll bring
opening
up
drive,
third down
all
and
running
4.
plays, getting 2-3 yards per play and keeping the clock moving and moving the ball down the field methodically and with short gains. Again, there's Frere in motion. That'll be play action. Mitchell, he's going to throw deep, and that is going to be caught. That is going to be number 13, Jake York, going up in the air. Great coverage, great ball. That's a good. That is a good play. Aaron Chen, the corner, is all over him. Turns, but right when he turns, the ball is right there. York makes a great catch.
First down for the
And
Gators
Prep,
at the 15-yard line.
going into the air for the first time, is going to have the ball at the 15-yard line. Here we go again, Frere in motion. Fake sweep. Keeper by the quarterback, who gets a great job by Ty Richardson coming up and not allowing the quarterback to get outside. That's a stop for no gain.
That's Ty Richardson on the tackle. Aaron Chen in to finish it off.
Ty Richardson, the junior defensive back, having an outstanding season.
No gain, brings up 2nd and 10.
2 weeks
on the
ago
15-yard
at Aragon,
line.
Ty Richardson was one of the athletes of the week after a 3-interception performance. 2nd and 10 on the 15-yard line. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Prep for the first time has 4 receivers. That's a draw play to number 8, Latu, who gets outside and falls forward for a gain of about 3.5 yards. So for the first time today, Prep spreads it out. 4 receivers.
Number 5, Carter Jung.
And watch Taylor drop back, eyes up, draw play, and a really good job
No gain, brings up
by
3rd
Carter
and 10
Jung
on the 15-yard
to
line.
make sure that Latu does not get around the edge. Big play for the Menlo Knights, 3rd and 10 at the 15-yard line. Once again, that's Latu, Mendoza in the backfield. There's Frere in motion. Motion through. It's a fake handoff. Roll. There's a throwback. Taylor extending the play, but ultimately goes out of bounds for a loss of about 6 yards.
Pressure from the Knights defensive line.
There you go. Play action. Really good job. Halsey forces Frere to go outside, but a great job by Sam Scola to stay back and
Forced out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It's a loss
not let
of
Taylor
7.
get the sideline. And that'll bring up a 4th and long. So we'll see what Prep
That
does
brings
from
up
about
4th
4th and
17
15
from the 22-yard line.
at the 22. This would be a 39-yard field goal, but Prep's got their offense out there. So Sacred Heart now, four receivers. 81, Shaw York on the left. Back, then that's gonna throw into the middle field. Nobody there, and that's a turnover on downs.
Taylor's fat pass falls incomplete in the end zone.
So the Menlo defense holds after Sacred Heart drives to the Knights 15, but cannot punch it in from there, and offense stalls. Menlo will take
and
over.
Shaw are the intended targets. The Knights will take over on downs at their 22-yard line. 1st and 10, Menlo.
So with 2:35 remaining in the first quarter, Menlo will take over for their second offensive possession of the day. Ty Richardson returned the opening kickoff to the 43-yard line, and then Menlo marched methodically down the field, resulting in a touchdown from Beltran to Halsey. First and 10, and here come the Knights in 10 personnel, 4 receivers, 1 single back. There's Beltran, who's got all day. Prep only rushing 2. And look at Beltran making people miss, still going, and then finally dragged down by a host of Sacred Heart defenders, including number 7, Matt Bucher. So it's pretty clear what the Sacred Heart defense wants to do. They're going to have their ends come upfield and outside contain. They're not rushing anyone up the middle. These two guys, they're just spying on Beltran. As we get back to action, quick snap, and we got Jack Geisler coming out of the backfield for a gain of 15.
On the 2nd and 11, Beltran finds Jack Geisler down the sideline.
So the Knights on that hurry up
and a first down, Knights.
Go with an empty look. They spread out the single back Geisler wide to the left.
And Johnny Radef for the Gators.
Geisler comes out as if he's going to block the corner and then just releases wide open. Beltran hits him in stride. First down Menlo at the 37-yard line. Knights trips right. They got a tight end to the left. Beltran rolling, looking. He's going to tuck the ball, and he'll be tagged. A flag comes in late, usually in the area of holding. We'll see what the refs call.
Beltran rolls right, gains 4 yards. There is a flag down in the backfield on the play.
So that's a good job by Sacred Heart Prep's linebacker Shea O'Kelly.
Holding against the Knights.
Maintaining outside contain, not letting Beltran get to the corner on a sprint option.
That'll bring up 1st and 20.
Which results in a
27-yard line.
In a play of no gain, but the Prep's going to back them up, take the holding penalty, and leave a 1st and 20. So here you go, Sacred Heart with 4 men deep. They're dropping their 2 interior guys, so basically they're only rushing 2 players. There's a quick pass to Jung. He's got some space. Makes a man miss and then tackled at about the 40-yard line, so a gain of 14 yards.
That's Beltran complete to Jung, a gain of 13. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Number 58, Shea O'Kelly in on the tackle.
Knights no huddle offense. Look to the sideline, they get their play in. They'll have 3 receivers to the right. That is Enright, Jung, and 22, Ty Flynn. To the left will be 25, Sam Scola. And here comes Beltran rolling, throwing, and that is going to be intercepted. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag is. But that is going to be an interception.
Beltran's pass is intercepted at the 48-yard line. There is a flag down on the play.
So potential huge penalty here. Yeah, 81. So the penalty against the Knights declined, and the interception by number 81, Carter Shaw, will stand.
Number 81 intercepted.
And so Sacred Heart Prep, after the first turnover of the game, will take over in Menlo territory. Carter Shaw, number 81, is a junior. Dangerous kick returner. Scored a touchdown on kick return last week against Half Moon Bay. Today makes a big play with an interception in Menlo territory.
48-yard line.
So here come the Knights today again. Aaron Chen and Ty Richardson are the corners. Jack Geisler, Bob Enright are the safeties. Aiden Hausenbold, Ty Flynn at the linebacker positions. The outside backers will be Carter Jung, as well as Sam Scola. And so on first down, it's Latu carrying the ball again, but he has nowhere to run, and he'll be stuffed for no gain. So watch, you see the 2 ends pinch. Scola forces Latu to bounce outside, and when he does that, you have help by the safety, Ron Enright.
Jung and Romaine brings up 2nd and 10.
So the Knights defense doing a good job early against the run. And with 3-2 second left in the corner, Prep is going to let this clock run out. And after 1 quarter, 6-0 Menlo over Sacred Heart.
Into the first quarter. Menlo leading the 19th Valpo Bowl 6-0. Well, we have a break. We have an update from the CCS water polo playoffs. In the boys open division quarterfinal earlier today, Menlo beat MA 10-6. Tuesday.
And so we begin the second quarter. Sacred Heart has the football in Menlo territory. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 48. Knights up 6-0.
Just inside Menlo territory.
Menlo defense has been stout against the run all season long, and Sacred Heart, they like to run the ball. Here we go. There's a game to play. And look at Court Halsey fly into the backfield to slow down and stop.
That's
number 28, Rob Savali.
With the carry for the Gators. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage by big number 88, Court Halsey.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 12.
That'll bring up
for the Sacred Heart Prep Gators.
For the Gators right in midfield.
And Sacred Heart now spreading it out. That'll be Shaw and York at the wideouts. Number 7, Bucher. And there's Frere in the backfield. Running. Ooh. And so Taylor on the roll hits Bucher on the run, and that's going to be very close to a first down, probably short by a yard or two. And that'll leave a 4th and 2.
Down at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and a long 2 for the Gators.
So now this is a manageable 4th down situation. We expect the Gators to go for it here. Earlier, Sacred Heart had a 4th and 4. They went for it and converted the first down. So here we go. Mitchell Taylor doing an excellent job extending the play, throwing on the move, completing a key 3rd and long pass. So big play in this 19th Valpo Bowl.
Timeout Knights.
The Knights didn't like what they see, so they call a quick timeout. They're going to talk things over. We mentioned today a couple of people on both teams that have connections to each other's schools. So number 8, Andrew Latu, the running back, his brother Mafi, as we mentioned, was a 3-year starter for the Menlo Varsity team.
Announcement from the Menlo Athletics.
We have some kids who have siblings
fans and volleyball fans in general,
who play on both programs.
Playing in the CCS Open Division Finals.
One of those siblings,
Archbishop Mitty,
Brett Frauenhofer, is a freshman for the Menlo JV team. His brother, number 23, Jack Frauenhofer, plays for Sacred Heart Prep.
Gift cards for the most radical, loud, and crazy fans. Go out and support your Lady Knights.
And so at 4th and 2 for Sacred Heart Prep, down 6-0.
All right, back to the action.
The stands are full. You have people standing up along the sidelines in this 19th Valpo Bowl. So Mitchell Taylor, the junior quarterback. Knights now showing blitz. That's both Flynn and Hausenville showing pressure. That'll be Latu who's able to get the first down. And Andrew Lochte drops his pads, gains about 4 yards, and that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Sacred Heart Prep Gators.
And right in Hausenbold on the tackle. It'll be a first down, Gators at the 36-yard line.
It's a good job at the point of attack for the Gators line. Menlo showed pressure up the middle with both their linebackers. Sacred Heart able to explode off the ball, get an opening for Latu, and he's able to get 4 yards in the first down. So 1st and 10 at the 35. It'll be a fly sweep to number 24, Frere. Knights are all over that. There's going to be a late penalty flag in the backfield. Menlo does an outstanding job in defending the fly sweep. If you watch this, they bring their corner down, Ty Richardson. And Richardson is trying to set the edge and make sure that they can't get inside, and that allows Menlo help to come underneath and stop that fly sweep.
The call is holding against the Gators.
So on a 1st and 10, holding is going to back the Gators up 10 yards. We'll see, that'll lead to a 1st and 20.
Menlo will accept the penalty. That'll move Sacred Heart back 10 yards.
So Sacred Heart early in this game sticking with their run game. They've had some success going into the air. They had the big play from Taylor to York. Here's Taylor dropping back. He's met immediately by Ralston Raphael. Sam Scola there as well. Let's look what Ralston Raphael's basically goes untouched right up the middle. Gets right into Taylor's lap. And then Scola keeps playing
2nd down and 20.
there and doesn't let Taylor escape. But look at the quickness of Ralston Raphael. He's been doing this all season long, playing the nose position for the Menlo Knights. So after the sack, it'll leave 2nd and 21 for Sacred Heart. They're at the Knights' 47-yard line. And there's going to be a reverse to 24, who's looks like he's going to throw, drops the ball, and then rushes for a gain of about 3 yards.
That was Zach Freer on the sweep. Looked like he might have had thoughts about passing.
So watch this again. You have Freer who's gets his eyes
Brought down by a host
upfield.
of Knights
Looks like he
at the
wanted to
46
throw
yard
the
line.
ball, but wisely tucks it, falls forward, gains about 4 yards.
Halsey, Scola, and
Check that.
Hausenbold
He's
in on the
held to
tackle.
a 1 yard gain. So now 3rd and 20.
Brings up a 3rd and 20 for Sacred Heart.
Freer in motion. Play action. Pressure from Romaine. There's a swing across the middle. That'll be number 7, Bucher, but the Knights are all over that. Outstanding job defensively by the Menlo Knights. Tyler Flynn in on the tackle.
To Bucher.
So watch this day.
Tyler Flynn with a great
Screenplay
open
where
field tackle. That'll bring up a 4th
prep
and
linemen
15
hold
for
their
the
blocks
Gators.
for about 3 seconds and then finally release. So now 4th and long. It looks like the Sacred Heart's punt team will come onto the ball. And that's number 24, Zach Freer. Freer does it all. He's the punter, plays offense, defense. There's a snap he's got all day. Angling it. That's a great kick. That's going to roll into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Knights will get the ball at the 20-yard line. So Freer, an outstanding kick.
This time the Gators decide to punt. It's Zach Freer on the kick.
The ball bounces and rolls
Just sneaks into the end zone.
right to the end zone, so Menlo will get the ball.
That'll be
Due
a
to the
touchback, and
touchback.
the Knights will take over at their 20-yard line with 7:15 to play here in the 2nd quarter.
So both Menlo and Sacred Heart will be continuing their football seasons next week. The playoffs start. Playoff seedings will be announced tomorrow morning. Most things indicate the Menlo Knights playing in Division 2, and Sacred Heart, based on today's game, could be in Division 3 or potentially Division 4. Both schools poised to make a deep run into the playoffs. So Menlo with their third possession of the game. Last possession ended on a interception, Beltran by Carter Shaw. Here comes Sergio Beltran. We got three receivers to the right. That's Flynn, Jung, and Enright. To the left is Scola. Beltran, that's a design QB draw. Looks to his right, tucks it, and he runs for 8 yards. Sergio Beltran is such a threat.
Beltran up the middle on the quarterback draw. It's a gain of 8.
As a passer, he's set a new CCS touchdown throwing record. And then you can see, if you're a defense, you want to drop as many men into coverage and not let him throw touchdowns on you, but he's such a good runner that that you also have to respect Sergio's running ability.
Had a first down last play. That bring up
And so the Knights, after no huddle, get 9 yards on a first and 10, and it's second and a short yard. That's a quick pass to Carter Jung, who's got some space, and Jung is going to be met by number 2, John Chung. But not after a gain of 14 yards. So the Knights now get up to midfield.
Brought down right at midfield by number 2, John Chung.
And there it is, Jung met by John Chung, the two former teammates 2 years ago on the junior varsity Menlo football program,
49.
competing today. First and 10, Beltran direct. He'll lead up the middle, and he's going to get a gain of about 6 yards.
Beltran up the middle.
So direct snap to Beltran. You have the single back Geisler leading up the middle. You have Flynn, number 22, coming in. And Beltran just follows his blockers.
Up 2nd and 4 for the
6 yards.
At the Sacred Heart 43-yard
So
line.
Knights are doing this early with quick short passes and behind the legs of Sergio Beltran. They're marching down the field. 2nd and 4, they're at the Sacred Heart Prep 43-yard line. Beltran in the gun. That's Flynn motioning to the right, and there's a flag pre-snap. We'll see. It could be a false start. That's what it is. So that'll back up. It's a big penalty. So 2nd and 4 now turns into a 2nd and 9.
The Knights, 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd and 9.
So Menlo with the lead in driving, and now their student session getting into it, starting the "We Can't Hear You" chant. Knights breaking the huddle. That's Aaron Chen, number 13. He's going to be a wideout. The other wideout is Rob Enright. And here's Beltran again. There's that middle shovel pass that we've seen. That's the 3rd time we've seen the Knights run that today. This time, Sacred Heart sniffs it out, and that's going to be a gain of nothing.
Complete for a short gain. He's brought down by Matt Bucher and Andrew Latu.
So this time Latu stays back, doesn't rush, takes about 1 step, and he's able to sniff that out and make the tackle on the shovel after a gain of 1. So Menlo with a big 3rd and 8 play here. Now the Prep fans are starting to get into it. Sacred Heart staying in that quarters look, motioning Jung, being shadowed by number 4. There's a screen set up to Geisler, and he's not going to have anywhere to go. And the Prep defense is all over that. That's actually going to be a loss of 2 yards.
Loss on the play.
So 4th and 10 in Prep territory, and Menlo's going to bring on their punting unit.
Number 4, Andrew Roca, in on the tackle.
So the Sacred Heart defense settling in after the first opening drive touchdown. The 2nd possession, they get a turnover on an interception, and then here, after the Knights move the ball about 35 yards, able to force a punt situation.
Freer and Shaw back deep for the Gators.
So here comes Muchnick. There are 2 very dangerous return men, number 24 Freer and number 81 Shaw. There's a snap, high snap. Muchnick kicks it towards the sideline. A beautiful kick. That's going to roll all the way inside the 5, down at the 1-yard line. Menlo doing it with their special teams. There is a flag, however. We'll have to see what that flag is. Flag's at about the 20-yard line. Generally, that's those penalties are on the return team, but we'll see what the call is. And that is going to be against a block in the back.
Oh, is where it works. That's a 47-yard punt for Ross Muchnick.
So now talking about the penalty,
And the
it looks
Gators will
like,
take over at the 2.
yeah, it looks like we have a holding call.
There is a flag on the play.
And that's against Sacred Heart Prep, so that's obviously going to be declined.
Penalty was against Sacred Heart. Menlo declines the
Now,
penalty.
deep in their own territory at the 3-yard line, Sacred Heart gets the football. Menlo defense has been outstanding all afternoon. Only 3:44 left in the first half. 6-0, a low-scoring football game. Here comes Mitchell Taylor, the junior quarterback. Ball fumbles, and Knights have it, and that's going to be a Menlo touchdown by Sam Scola. Unbelievable. Taylor had trouble with the snap. The ball pops up in the air. Scola goes right into Scola's hands, and he scores the touchdown. Look at that. The ball's up, down, and right into Scola's hands, who runs it in. Menlo defense scoring a touchdown. So the special teams set that up with Muchnick's punt, pushing Sacred Heart all the way back to their own 2-yard line. And on the first play, a fumble results
in a touchdown
for a touchdown, Sam Scola.
And the Knights will go for the 2-point conversion here.
So the Knights bring their offense out to 12-0 lead, and we are getting a timeout. Sam Scola 2 years ago was a sophomore. He was the captain of a junior varsity team that was 9-0, playing against a strong Sacred Heart Prep football team. And in that game, Scola just was possessed and refused to be tackled. Scored the opening touchdown, carried about 3 guys with him. Later in the game, on a key 3rd and long, Scola trucked multiple prep defenders to ultimately lead to the final game-scoring touchdown, which allowed that Menlo team to go undefeated behind Sam Scola, captain of the JV program in 2019. And here we are 2 years later, Sam Scola scoring a touchdown on defense to make it 12-0. So the Knights, after missing their opening PAT touchdown, they're going to go for 2 here. So that'll be Beltran with Jack Geisler, the senior running back, next to him. Receivers all tight. There's going to be a tight end right in Court Halsey. Snap, Beltran looking, it's a QB draw, and he is going to be short. So Menlo with the QB draw, Beltran comes up just short.
Beltran up the middle.
That'll be a 12-0 ball game.
Short of the goal line. Brought down by Aseli Fangupo.
So Menlo up 12-0. The 2 missed points after touchdown conversions. We'll see if that's going to come back and play a role in this football game. Comes Ross Muchnick to kick for the 2nd time today. Last time Muchnick put the ball, squibbed it on the ground, did not kick it deep. potentially does not want to put the ball in the hands of Sacred Heart's 2 dangerous return man, number 81, Carter Shaw, and number 24, Zach Frere. So here comes Muchnick. And again, it's going to be line drive on the ground. Ball squibbing, and that's a live ball. Finally fallen on by number 32, Luis Mendoza. So that's a live football, squibbing around for a bit. And Mendoza wisely falls on the football. So Sacred Heart, with 3:34 left in the first half, will start at the 30-yard line.
That was Luis Mendoza recovering the squib kick.
And here comes Mitchell Taylor out to lead the Sacred Heart prep offense. They've had trouble moving the ball against Menlo's stout run defense. There's Frere in motion. Snap, and that's give to Mendoza, but he runs right into Court Halsey.
That's Mendoza on the carry, met immediately by number 88, being Court Halsey.
Watch Halsey on this play. He's the left side defensive end. Shoots that gap and sits right into where the ball carrier is.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
So at some point, Sacred Heart, especially down 12 points, is going to have to abandon the running game, in which they're getting short yards consistently, and they're going to have to throw the ball. Here comes Taylor, and now he's 2-step drop, and he's going to throw deep up, and that's great defense by Aaron Chen. So Taylor goes back to York. He tries to get him on the sideline for a deep ball.
13,
beautiful coverage by Aaron Chen, number 13.
Chen with the beautiful pass breakup.
Chen able to knock that ball into the air, and 3 other Knights around
That'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Gators.
So here we go, 3rd and 12 for Sacred Heart, down 12-0, 2:50 left in the first half. The run game simply hasn't been there. So Sacred Heart now it's another 3rd and long, and it's going to be some play action. Taylor all day, he's going to throw, hit, and that's going to be caught. There's a flag in the secondary. That's usually where there's going to be some type of illegal contact or pass interference.
Complete to York, Aaron Chen on the tackle. There is a flag on the play.
So let's see what this flag is. So again, on 3rd and long, Taylor uses play action, hits York.
I got 243 right now.
243. So what did they
The
do?
ball is going to be spotted well short of the first down.
Declined the penalty, took the pass. Oh, the pass wasn't complete?
Called on the defense.
So as the refs try to sort out what is going on, it looks like, so we do have a penalty as they're marching the ball downfield. It means it's going to replay 3rd down. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 after the penalty.
With the yardage walked off, that brings up 4th and a long 1 for the Gators.
Still third. So it'll be 3rd and about 2 yards. No, they replayed it down on that.
Replay the down. 3rd and 1.
So Sacred Heart, they've done a good job converting 3rd and shorts today. And here they go to put it on the ground, and falling forward is Latu. He's going to be close. He crossed the 40, but he might be a little short. So it's going to be 4th and about a half yard, depending. Oh,
3rd and 1, it's Latu up the middle.
The spot is good for a first down. Actually, it looked like Latu was stopped short, and looking at the sideline, he barely crossed the 40-yard line. The first down marker was at about the 40.5-yard line. But the referees had decided that's a first down. So Andrew Latu, really strong runner. He's hard to bring down at first contact. He's running behind a young line at Sacred Heart, which includes a freshman, number 68, Aseli Fangupo. Also is a junior, number 60, Tyler Wong. 56, Dioli, he's a senior. And we've also seen 51, Stevens, who's a junior, play the line. So Sacred Heart, a young football team this year. Young, yet competing in the Bay Division. So this is going to be, we have a great game here, and looking ahead to next year's Valpo Bowl, Menlo also a very young squad. Their entire defensive line is all juniors.
Okay, we've got time back on the clock.
So we're going to have both these teams, schools are set up for great success, not just this year, but in the year ahead. Also for Sacred Heart, Mason Chetkuti, number 77, he's a junior. Here we go, there's Taylor rolling, looking. He's going to throw deep and getting a little behind the coverage was number 24, Zach Frere.
Intended for number 24, Zach Frere.
But the pass is a little incomplete. Overthrown, falls incomplete. It'll be second and 10. So Frere got behind one man, but Sacred Heart unable to connect.
Second and 10 for Sacred Heart.
So second and 10 for the Gators with 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half. Taylor under center. Drop back 2 steps, and he is met immediately. Again, that's Carter Jung, the senior two-way starter.
That's Carter Jung on the sack.
So watch Jung come
brings down
off.
Taylor inside the 35-yard line. Timeout, Menlo.
Jung just shoots a gap, basically untouched. And that's going to be 3rd and 15. So again, Sacred Heart with a long, 3rd and long situation, having trouble running the ball, and Menlo doing a great job with their pass defense.
Gators will face 3rd and 15 from their 35-yard line.
So the timeout stops the clock. It's going to allow, if Menlo defense can get a stop, it's going to allow Menlo's offense to get the ball back with plenty of time to move down the field. So a big play. Sacred Heart earlier in this game converted on a 3rd and long. Taylor to number 13, Jake York play. Expect Sacred Heart to come out in their 10 personnel, which means only 1 running back and 4 receivers on an obvious passing down here. The Menlo Knights defensive line, Ralston Raphael, Court Halsey, Avery Romaine have been phenomenal.
Back out onto the field. It's 3rd and 15 from the 35-yard line.
Carter Jung, probably one of the fastest players in the CCS. He's playing that outside position. And so here comes a screen setup. That's going to be Latu, but there's not much room. And down behind the play, number 6, quarterback Mitchell Taylor, slow getting up.
Completes the pass.
So the gain of about 5-6 yards on 3rd and 15.
Gain of about 6.
Turn into a 4th and long. We'll see what Sacred Heart wants to do here.
Brought down by Hausenbold and Raphael.
Expect
That'll
the
bring
Gators
up
to
4th
punt.
and 9 for the Gators.
So great job by Menlo's defense in getting off the football field today. So the Knights call a timeout, and they're stopping the clock because they feel that on 4th and 9, Sacred Heart's going to punt the ball, and that'll give Menlo an opportunity to get the football. And 2 minutes is plenty of time for Sergio Beltran and that Knight offense to march down the field. Knights would love to get another score and increase their lead.
Freer does a lot. Receiver, DB, returner, punter.
And on 4th and 8, Sacred Heart's got their punting team out. Menlo has number 11,
Okay,
Robbie
it's
Enright,
clear.
back deep to receive.
Back to punt for the Gators. Robbie Enright deep for the Knights.
And there's the snap. Frere taking his time, surveying the field, is going to pull the ball down, and there he goes, and we're going to see. And Frere gets the first down. So with no rush, Frere's watching and lets the Knights drop deep into coverage, finds an opening,
Down for the Gators.
tucks it, and he's one of the faster players on the field, is able to get outside, gets a first down, and that is a huge play for the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. So Sacred Heart with a fresh set of downs inside Menlo territory at the 45, a minute 48. So at some point the Gators are going to have to open up their playbook because the run game has not been there for them. Taylor, two-step drop, looking, rolling. He's going to tuck the ball, run, and he's got about 5 yards. That goes out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Taylor can't find anybody open, rolls right, gains about 5 yards, pushed out of bounds by number 5, Carter Jung.
So 2nd and 5 here, as we see Taylor rolling. You get Mendoza trying to get the edge. Good job by A.V. Romaine,
How much time?
not letting Taylor get the edge.
So what do we want on 130?
And so the referees are sorting out the clock issue. And there'll be 1 minute 32 seconds put on the clock. Left in the first half, Sacred Heart with 2nd and 5 at the 40. So they're staying in there, 21 personnel. That's 2 running backs and 1 tight end with 2 receivers to the right. One of the receivers often goes in motion. And they're going to do a quick toss to Mendoza, who breaks free, and falls forward for a gain of about 8. And that'll be a first down. And so
Toss
the
to
first
Mendoza.
down stops the clock.
Gains
And
about 8. That's a first down for the Gators.
the Gators are now moving. They're at the 33-yard line.
1st and 10 at the Menlo 33 with 1:13
Mendoza,
to play
he
in
was
the first
close to
half.
breaking that. If he keeps his balance, he might still be running. So Sacred Heart staying in the run. There's Taylor, drop back, looking. He wants to throw deep, and that's going to be knocked down. Great job by.
55.
It might have been Carter Jung who put a hand up there. Look, Taylor, he's obviously looking over to the lone receiver, number 44, looking back. And the Knights
Taylor's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
doing a great job getting pressure on Taylor. So 59 seconds left. Check that, 1 minute left in the first half. 12-0 Menlo, but Sacred Heart is moving. Now Prep and gun, they're in that 10 personnel here. Frere, motion, and that's going to be a design QB keep, and so Taylor is able to stumble forward for a gain of about 6 yards.
Taylor
Clock still
with
running.
keeper, gains about 6, tripped up by Carter
See
Jung.
Frere, and he fakes that he's going to hand it off, then just pulls it back and
tackle
follows
finished off
through
by
number
Jack
51
Geisler.
and 60. Taylor lost his balance, otherwise he might have still kept running. And there goes Ralston Raphael. Who else? They just simply cannot block number 52. He is breaking through,
Taylor was looking downfield, and he got
almost
swallowed up by
untouched.
number
Watch
52,
Ralston Raphael, right up,
Raphael.
lined up over the center. Takes 2 steps, knocks the center back 2 steps,
There's a
sheds
flag
him,
on the play.
and then he's able to get right into Taylor's lap. Ralston Raphael's having an outstanding football season. The big man in the middle of that Knights defense. One of the strongest players on the football team, only a junior. If you watch him, he consistently gets great knockback, meaning at the snap of the ball, he's going to push back the center, whoever it is, a good 2 or 3 yards. Has amazing quickness. So once he gets his hands on you, he can throw you either to the right or left, and then it's a great burst and ability to close space and get to the quarterback. So now it looks like it's going to be 3rd and long. There is a penalty. There was a penalty.
It's
The
a
refs
timeout
are
for the
discussing
Gators.
this. Sacred Heart
flag was picked up?
I think so. I don't see on the flag.
There was a flag, but the refs may have picked it up. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 10. This is going to be definite 4-down territory for the Gators. Now the clock also becomes an issue with 31 seconds. The Gators do have 2 timeouts left. So after the Raphael sack, it's going to leave what should be a 3rd and 10.
Looks like there is no flag on the play. The Gators take over 3rd and 10.
Check that, it's 4th and 10.
4th and 10.
So a huge play coming up in this football game. 31 seconds left. So Ralston Raphael with a huge 3rd down sack. Here's Taylor, he's got all kinds of time. He's gonna throw deep over the middle of the field. That is knocked down. Carter Jung is there, and the Knights defense holds again.
See, they think it was 3rd down. If their team is still out on the field, it says 4th. I don't know.
And so that's a 4th down stop for the Menlo Knights. They will get the ball back with 25 seconds. So we'll see if Menlo's going to try to push the ball down the field. They have no timeouts, 25 seconds, and a very potent offense.
On the play, but that was 4th down, and it was broken up by number 5, Carter Jung. The Knights take over.
So Sergio Beltran and the offense are back on the field, leading
First
12-0.
and 10 for the Knights at their own 33-yard line with 25 seconds to go in the first half.
Beltran out of the shotgun. He's going to run, quick pitch to Geisler, who's going to be swallowed up after a gain of about 4 yards. Geisler gets downhill quick, and so the Knights are going to be satisfied by going into the locker room up 12-0.
Brought down by Andrew Rocha and Anthony Notto.
As the clock winds down, this will be the last play of the half. And the Knights are not going to snap the ball, and they'll be happy to go in with a 12-0 lead against the Gators. Well, second half, Sacred Heart will get the football
the first half.
down 12-0.
As Menlo takes a 12-0 lead to the locker room. Okay, welcome back everybody. Here we are for the second half. Once the teams figure out what sides they're on, the Knights will be kicking off.
And welcome back. This is the second half of the Menlo Knights against the Sacred Heart Prep Gators in Valpo Bowl number 19. The Knights will be kicking off, leading 12-0. Ross Muchnick, the junior kicker, has kicked off twice already. Both times have been squibs on the ground.
To kick for the Knights.
The Knights trying to keep it out of the hands of Shaw and Frere, the two deep men who've dangerous returners. This time again on the ground, and that's a live ball. And then Prep's gonna have to fall on it at about the 20. So a great job by Muchnick.
Squib kick bounces away from a few
Getting the ball to
in the end, it's Shaw and Mendoza who
roll
recover.
all the way down and forcing Sacred Heart to just fall on it, not giving him an opportunity to return the ball.
First and 10 at their own 22.
So we'll see what adjustments these two teams make. First half, Sacred Heart Prep really relied on the running game, and Menlo's run defense was extremely stout. And Prep coming out, they're in that 21 personnel. Motion back is 24 Frere, and that's going to be a handoff counter. That's Latu, who's going to rumble forward for about 3-4 yards.
That's big Andrew Latu up the middle for the Gators. Brought down by Aiden Hausenbold, Ty Richardson, and Avery Romaine.
So Sacred Heart, to their credit, they're sticking with what they do well, and that is run the football.
Gain of about 3, it brings up 2nd and 7.
And there's York on the wide out. He's covered by Aaron Chen, the junior. There's a pass that'll be inside of the flats to Frere, brought down immediately by Ty Richardson.
Mitchell
That'll be a
Taylor's
short
pass,
gain.
complete to number 24, Zach Freer. Terrific tackle by number 3, Ty Richardson.
So that'll leave a 3rd and 3. Another big play here for both teams as we are into the opening possession of the second half. So the Gators, 3rd and 3. We'll see if they stick to their run game. It's Frere motion. And that's going to be, he's going to keep it. And coming up to make the tackle, number 11 from the safety position. That's Rob Enright. Stuffed for no gain.
Zach Freer runs left, and he's hit hard by number 11, Robbie Enright.
So watch how the Knights defense this. You have Skola get outside, forces Freer to turn inside, and that's right where you have the safety coming up
about half a yard,
for some run fitting.
4 for the Gators. Enright back deep for the Knights.
Sacred Heart will now punt the football. Last time it was a 4th and long in punt position. Frere tucked the ball and ran for a first. So here he is again, taking his time. He's going to punt this time, and that's punted down the right sideline. That's going to have a Sacred Heart roll, and it'll be down at about the 38-yard line. So 3 and out for the Menlo Knight defense. Now their offense comes onto the field for the first possession of the second half, leading 12-0.
Down at the Knights' 38-yard line. It's a 34-yard kick. And here comes Sergio Beltran and the Knights.
So that first half flew by. The Knights of Menlo only had about 3 possessions, moved the ball well, and then there was just that one overthrown pass that resulted in an interception. But for the most part, Menlo has been moving the football. And so here comes Beltran in the shotgun. He's going to keep the ball on a QB read and go in between tackles and rumble for about 7 yards. So if you watch this, it's Beltran and Geisler.
Takes it up the middle on a keeper.
Basically call it a QB read option. Beltran looks, if 46 goes down to cover Geisler, he's just going to pull the ball back and rumble forward behind his blocks. And that's enough for about a 7-yard gain. Really good job by the Menlo Knights offensive line. Really getting good pushback on Sacred Heart. Their point of attack has been great. In years past, it's usually Prep's line, both offense and defense, that's getting the pushback. Today, Menlo might have that advantage. Here's Beltran, serving the field, throws it to Geisler. There will be a flag on this play. And we'll see them. If that's an illegal man downfield.
To Jack Geisler.
There was a hold.
Gain of almost 20 yards. There is a flag on the play.
So Geisler catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage, so that's a screen. And they still call for an illegal. That is a questionable call. If the
Geisler upended by number 7, Matt Bucher.
If the receiver touches the ball behind the line of scrimmage, you are allowed to have your receivers go downfield. And so the referees are now discussing this. It was clear on the replay that Geisler caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage. And so, yep, and the officials make the right call, pick up the flag.
The call looked to be a legal man downfield.
And so
Geisler caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage, so that is not a penalty. First down, Knights.
That's a great job by the officials. Somebody throws a flag, and they get together and have a little conference and realize that Geisler did, in fact, touch the ball initially behind the line of scrimmage. And when that happens, you can have your lineman downfield. So that results in a first down. And now the chain crew is going to have to reset. It'll be 1st and 10. Knights are now in Sacred Heart territory. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. And so the Knights are sticking with their short game. Screens and short passes have helped them move the ball field. There's a QB lead for Beltran. Direct snap, and he just runs behind Geisler. And he's still able to rumble for about
Beltran with the design keeper up the middle.
4 yards.
Met and tackled by number 7, Bucher.
Sergio Bell, he's just so fast downhill that once he gets the snap, it looks as if the defense has stuffed him for 1 or 2 yards. And then you look up and realize that he's getting 6, 7, 8 yards each time he carries the ball.
Bring up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
So the Knights, with that record-setting passing offense, is really going to the ground today. That's Carter Jung in motion and heading back. And there's, again, a quick pass. That's going to be a lateral. Nice job by Geisler to not let that get over his head, make a few men miss, and then he's going to be tackled for what might be a loss. Prep is saying that the ball came out, and it did. That is going to be first down, Sacred Heart on the turnover.
Menlo runs the reverse. Geisler corrals the ball.
So Menlo goes with a little hook and ladder.
And the ball comes loose. And it's Sacred Heart Prep ball.
And on the ladder, Geisler was very fortunate to catch the ladder as it was high and behind him. Geisler then makes a great catch on the ladder, makes a few man miss.
Shea O'Kelly with the fumble recovery.
But with a swarm of Prep defenders there, somebody pops the ball out, and Sacred Heart has the football. So that's the second turnover for the Menlo Knights. Second turnover, check that, for the Gators against the Knights. And here comes Frere again, looking to throw. Makes a couple men miss. He's got his eyes downfield, and he's running, and he's going to be about 1 to 2 yards. So twice they've done that jet sweep where they give it to Frere, and
Frere takes the ball over the right side.
He bubbles back with his eyes downfield as if he's going to throw the football. Both times, no receivers are there, so he just tucks it and runs. But you can see the linemen, they're pass protecting.
No gain on the
so
play.
There is a type of
10.
run-pass option built into that play. It'll be 2nd and 10, and looks like Sacred Heart now is going to open it up there. We have 1 running back, 4 receivers. And that ball is going to be batted down. That's Avery Romaine, number 55.
That's Raphael and Romaine collapsing the pocket on the left side. It looks like Romaine batted the ball down, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Gators.
So great job by Avery Romaine. It's a good job by the Prep O-line stoning and preventing a hard rush, but Romaine with great timing getting his arms up and able to knock that down. So 3rd and 10. Sacred Heart, known for their running game, is going to have to, at this point in the game, maybe rely on their passing game. We have a junior quarterback, Mitchell Taylor. Taylor off play action, looking, throwing, and that is dropped, incomplete. And that'll leave a 4th and 10. So the Knights with another 3 and out. They're going to bring their punting team.
13, Jake York, ball falls incomplete. Carter Jung in tight coverage.
So that was a good ball by Frere. And York, the sure-handed receiver, couldn't pull it in. Check that. That's quarterback Mitchell Taylor, the junior. So Frere will be punting.
10, the Gators are set up to punt.
And here it comes. There's no pressure, and there it is. There's that fake again, and Frere gets us. He has the first down and more. So the Knights get a 3, what looked like to be a 3 and out.
Another run on 4th down from the punting position.
So Zach Frere is able to extend the play and gain 15 yards on the 4th down.
15-yard gain on 4th and 10.
So that has been there.
1st and 10 for the Gators at the Knights' 43-yard line.
That's twice today that we had once on 4th and 15, again on 4th and 10, where Frere just keeps it and is able to get 15, 20 yards on and give the Gators a fresh set of downs. So now they're back to their 21 personnel, tight end left, 2 running backs, 2 receivers to the right. Here comes the fake reverse to Frere. That's going to be a QB keeper. There goes Taylor, who's going to tuck it. And look at Ty Richardson just fill and make the tackle. He's been outstanding all day.
Taylor rolls right, can't find a receiver, and he's brought down hard by number 3, Ty Richardson.
So they fake the reverse. They get everyone to the right.
Gain of 1 makes it 2nd and 9.
And Taylor, with nothing downfield, has to tuck the ball and run. So 2nd and 9. Sacred Heart again. We'll see if they're sticking with their 2-back single receiver. Taylor fakes back. There's a screen set up, and that's going to be thrown to Noto, and Knights are all over that. So number 44, Brandon Singh, checked in as the flyback.
Taylor's pass complete to number 46, Anthony Noto.
It's a great design.
He's hit first by Richardson and finished
you get the
off by
fly
Young.
coming to the left. Everyone rolling. Quarterback looks left, and then is set up to have a screen to the right.
3rd down and 9.
A bunch of Knights are right there. Nobody's fooled.
And the Knights could use some help from the Sea of Gold.
And a big 3rd and 9. The fans getting into this here. Might likely 4-down territory. Taylor rolling to his left, throws. He's got Frere open, and there goes Frere down the sidelines. That is caught, and he's going to be pushed out at about the 15-yard line. So Sacred Heart.
Taylor's pass complete to number 24, Zach Frere.
So number 24, the senior, Zach Frere, one of the smaller guys on the field, but he is putting this prep team on his back. Converting on multiple 4th and longs, and they're on a 3rd and long. So Sacred Heart moving down 12-0. 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Frere motion. There's going to be a give to Mendoza, and look at Court Halsey right. Knifes through that defense, swallows up Mendoza. That's going to be a loss.
And it's Court Halsey in the backfield.
Halsey just too quick, is able to knife through the pulling guard, get into the backfield, and make a tackle. He's been doing that all day. That Knights D-line, they're only rushing 3, but they've been outstanding against the run. Here comes Taylor. He's going to roll right. He's got some room. He's going to throw on the run, and that is caught by number 13, York, and that is enough for a 1st down. So the Gators, with their best field position of the day, 1st and goal.
Caught that, 7 or 13?
Caught by number 13, Jake
Taylor's
York.
pass complete to number 13, Jake York. And that's a 1st down for the Gators.
So the Gators 1st and goal at the 5.
They're now 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
4 minutes, 40 seconds Clock counting, third quarter. Menlo up 12-0, but Sacred Heart driving. This is the best field position they've had all day. Taylor gives to number 46. That's Noto. He's got his legs turning, and he's in for a touchdown. And the Sacred Heart Prep Gators get on the board.
And it's Anthony Noto.
That's going to make it 12-6 pending the extra point. So the sophomore running back with some hard-nosed running. Good job following his blocks, keeps his legs turning, gets into the end zone. And we've got a football game here.
Sean Tinsley in for the kick for the Gators.
So the Gators and Tinsley for the extra point. And that is good. 12-7. Menlo leading Sacred Heart Prep. 4 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Tinsley's kick is good. And the score is 12-7 Menlo with 4 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the third quarter.
So that was an outstanding drive for Sacred Heart. They had a couple that all started on a fourth down punt conversion by Frere. And then on a 3rd and 10 again, Frere extended the play with a 15-yard reception. And Sacred Heart does a great job of mixing run and pass, marching down the field, converting on both 4th and 3rd downs, and scoring for the first time in this game.
That's a 62-yard
touchdown. Now 12-7. So what happens is now there's a little pressure on the Menlo offense. They need to put points on the board because if they don't score, Sacred Heart will then get the football with an opportunity to take the lead. So here comes Tinsley on the kick for the second time today. The first time he kicked deep to Richardson, who had a lane, and he ran it back about 40 yards. Menlo has 6 guys up the middle. Sacred Heart's shown a lot of onside kick up the middle stuff. And that's a squib, and the ball is bouncing around, ultimately ends up in Richardson's hands. And Richardson's got some space. He's trying to get outside. And he's going to be taken down at about the 32-yard line. So here come the Knights.
Squib kick is taken by the deep man, Ty Richardson.
So Knights' last possession ended after a fumble forced by the Gators and recovered. Second turnover of the day.
Placed at the 34-yard line of the Knights.
And here we go, 12-7. This is a big possession in this football game.
34. It's left and puts right in the fucking put it on the 34.
So here comes Beltran. He's got Enright and Skola at the wideouts, inside at the slot. We're going to have Carter Jung and Court Halsey. Beltran with all day to throw, tucks it, gets outside. He's got a downfield block by Skola, and he's going to get 14 yards there.
That's Beltran over the right side.
So the Knights, little fortunate. Before the snap, it looked like Halsey was falling forward. Was able to maintain his balance.
That's enough for a first down for the Knights.
But that's a great job by Beltran, able to break, contain, get to the sideline, and run down the field for 14 yards. Sergio Beltran doing most of the damage this game with his legs. And so the Knights will have 1st and 10 at the 47. Tyler Flynn in at slot. That's Carter in motion. Beltran looking. It looks like a screen setup. Beltran's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to dive forward, and that's another first down. So great job of Sergio Beltran.
Beltran up the middle for a gain of 12. It's another first down for the Knights.
Look at this. You can see the screen is there. 46 Noto does a great job. He recognizes it and runs with Ty Richardson. Sergio Beltran does an even better job knowing that the screen's not there, tucking it in a play where defensively the prep played it perfectly. Beltran's still able to rumble and turn that into a 10-yard gain. Some good football going on today.
So with 3:30 to play in the third, it's 1st and 10 for the Knights at the Gators' 42-yard line.
So Sacred Heart, if you look at their defensive line, They have Becco Kelly, who's an all underclassman. Back to game action. That's a toss to Ty Richardson. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards.
Beltran pitches to Richardson. He turns the corner for a gain of 5 over the left side.
So quick toss, good block, great block by number 22,
2nd and 5 for the
Tyler
Knights.
Flynn. Able to push outside linebacker Andrew Latu back a yard or two, and that gave Ty Richardson enough room to get to the edge and fall forward for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, the Knights are in Gator territory. Beltran, read option, pulls it. He's got a first down. So the Knights sticking with the run game.
He goes over the left side, and it's a first down for the Knights.
And this is a great job by Menlo. We know they can throw the ball. They've been doing it all season, but today they're going to the run game, and they're doing an outstanding job of moving the ball down the field.
Clock stops at 2:36 to play in the third quarter, and it's 1st and 10 on the
Methodic
30-yard line.
drives that chew up a lot of clock. Richardson still in the game at the single back. We have Ty Flynn, Scola, Jung, and Enright. And again, that's going to be a lead to Beltran, who's still on his feet. And Beltran is still going. Gets inside the 20. That's another first down.
The option, he keeps it, and it's another first down for the Knights.
So that's all Menlo's doing. They're just direct snaps to Beltran, who's leading. They have the single back lead, and then let Beltran do the rest. Read his blocks and rumble forward. And he's getting 7, 8, 10 yards every time they do that. So that's one of the things that happens when Sacred Heart, when they're not rushing their interior linemen. It allows Menlo on the run plays to get a little bit of pushback, and that opens up those lead runs for Beltran. So here comes Menlo. They're in the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. We'll see if Sacred Heart's going to make any adjustments defensively. It's a low snap. Beltran picks it up, tucks it, and this time he's going to be swallowed up by a couple of the Sacred Heart defenders. That'll be number 30,
right at the line of scrimmage,
Tyler Wiesel.
by Tyler Wiesel.
68,
Asli Fangupo.
the freshman, Asli Fangupo, also in on that play. It'll be 2nd down and about
2nd and 10 at the
10.
18-yard line.
Beltran and Scola, the wideouts. Flynn and Jung, that's Carter Jung in motion. That's going to be a dive lead up the middle, and not much room this time for Beltran. He's going to get to about the 16-yard line and leave a 3rd and
Beltran
about
with a gain of a
6.
few up the middle. Brought down again by Wiesel.
So this is interesting. If Sacred Heart Prep can get a stop, does Menlo bring on Ross Muchnick to attempt a field goal, which would put the Knights up by 8. Muchnick absolutely has the leg to convert. Generally, we think this is 4-down territory, but given the circumstances of this game, would the Knights consider bringing on Muchnick? We'll know after this play. This is a huge play, 3rd and about 8. It's a snap. Beltran looking, surveying the field. He's going to run, and he's going to get close to a first down. Looks like he might be about a half yard short.
Beltran with the keeper. He's inside the 10-yard line.
He is just about a half yard short. That's going to be 4th down in inches for the Knights. So a huge, huge play coming up here.
Looks like it'll bring up 4th and less than a yard for the Knights.
So this is it. Menlo trying to extend this drive. Sacred Heart Prep, they're going to call a timeout. Check that. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. So both teams are going to get the chance to talk this over. This key 4th and inches play.
So after 3, it's Menlo 12, Sacred Heart Prep 7.
The ball will be just inside the 10-yard line.
And when we pick up the action, it'll be 4th down for the Knights.
Well,
At the 10-yard
12-7,
line.
Menlo leading after 3 quarters. Both these teams last week, Sacred Heart put up 38 points. The offense has been in a rhythm these last few weeks. Menlo is putting up 40 to 50 points every week. We thought maybe we'd get a shootout, but it's a low-scoring football game. 12-7, both teams running the ball. The Knights running behind the legs of Sergio Beltran.
We have another high school score from up in San Mateo. St. Francis of Mountain View, 24, Sarah, 8.
So Sacred Heart, we'll see, first time today, we'll see their goal line defense. And this is it, 4th and inches. Whether they're going to expect them to stack the box, meaning 3, 4, 5 down linemen and bringing their linebackers up really close to try to take away anything. We'll see how Menlo chooses to combat this. So they have Halsey back into the game. And so interestingly, Sacred Heart is, and there's going to be a timeout.
Timeout, Knights.
So Menlo did not like the play they had based on that defense. Take a timeout and we'll talk things over. So it didn't look like Sacred Heart was too concerned. They still kept about 6 guys in the box. We'll see how they make this adjustment on this critical 4th and inches play.
So what do we got? 4th and less than a yard, 9-yard line.
So this is, at this point, this situation, this is when it really comes down to the 2 lines, the offensive line versus the defensive line. Which side of the ball is going to get pushed back? For your defensive line, you just want to knock the guy back 2 yards, let your linebackers fill in, and hopefully make a tackle.
Less than 1 yard to go.
Offense, you just want to snap the ball and push these guys back a yard and let your ball carrier run forward. So here we go. Prep now with about 8 guys in the box. Halsey is lined up. That's an option. That's going to be pitched. And Ty makes a man miss, extends, and he is going in for a touchdown, Ty Richardson.
It's Beltran on the option.
Ty Richardson
Junior Ty Richardson, who reaches for the goal line and
with
he's
an
in for a touchdown.
outstanding play for a key touchdown. Watch this. It actually looked like Prep may have had this. Richardson cuts back, splits 2 defenders, dives, the ball crosses the end zone, and that is a huge touchdown for the Menlo Knights. That gives them an 18-7 lead.
The touchdown for Richardson makes it 18-7 Knights.
And so the Knights are going to keep their offense on the field and go for 2.
Menlo's going to leave their offense on the field and go for 2.
Some confusion. Beltran, the Knights did not have a single back. Beltran's going to keep it. He's going to get tackled. The ball comes out, and on the 2-point conversion, they'll just blow it dead. So that'll make it an 18-7 ball game. 4th quarter, Knights up 2 scores.
Andrew Latu.
So that was an outstanding job. If you go back to that touchdown, they had it. The option, you have Beltran who attacks the inside shoulder of one man. Here we go. Look at Beltran attacking number 7. 7 stays on him, so they pitch it. And Prep's defense did a pretty good job there. It was just Ty Richardson with a great effort, planting his foot, splitting 2 defenders, and then diving for the touchdown. So Ross Muchnick on to kick.
Muchnick in the Knights.
He's been doing
Come on the field
a
to
great
kick off.
job slamming the ball into the
We've
ground,
got
squib
Briere
kicks.
and Carter Shaw deep for the Gators.
Here comes Muchnick. The two deep men have now come up. They might be expecting something on the ground, and here comes Muchnick, who's going to keep it on the ground, and that thing's going to squib and be taken by, that's Mendoza, and he can move, and there goes Mendoza, and he crosses Knight territory inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. So that's Sacred Heart starting running back.
That's Luis Mendoza with the return.
He gets a lane, and he's got great speed. He splits it, and then just there as Ross Muchnick Richardson helps slow down Mendoza, but Prep will have outstanding field position.
The Gators take over at the Menlo 40-yard line.
They're down 18-7. Frere in motion. Pass, and they're going tight end over the middle, and that is caught by Bucher, who's got some room, and he's still running inside the 15, down to about the 11.
Taylor's pass complete.
So great execution by Sacred Heart there. They go off the play action. Bucher sneaks in right over the middle. He's wide open. Breaks one tackle. Keeps his legs going. Sacred Heart moving inside the 15, down by 2 scores. Mitchell Taylor having a good game today. He's going to hand it off, and that's 46, Anthony Noto. He's only a sophomore, but he's able to rumble forward for about 4 yards. And so down.
That's Andrew Noto.
On the Knights field, Carter Jung, a little slow getting up. He's back into the game. So Sacred Heart sticking with what they've been doing. They're running the ball, some play action, and now they find themselves at about the 12-yard line.
Gain of 3 makes it 2nd and 7 from the 11-yard line.
Second down. Taylor rolling, throwing to the back of the end zone. He's got, bobbled, but could not hold on to it, is number 13. He did catch the ball, but by the time he maintained control, he was out of bounds.
Taylor's pass intended for number 13, Jake York. Can't quite haul it in before he goes out of bounds. That'll bring up.
Well, that's just a perfect pass by Mitchell Taylor. He was on the move, throwing on the move, dropped it right where the ball needed to be. York did catch it, but he just didn't maintain control until he was out of bounds. There you go, Taylor on the play action, looking, rolling, still looking. Here comes the rush. Tries to get outside and brought down by Tyler Flynn. That's a big sack by the senior.
Taylor can't find anyone downfield. He eludes the first 2 rushers. But in the end, Tyler Flynn brings him down for an 8-yard sack.
So now on 4th down, Sacred Heart's going to bring in their field goal unit and try to make this a 1-score football game.
That'll bring up 4th and 14 from the 18-yard line.
So this is a big kick here, as if this goes in, this makes it a 1-score football game. The snap is good, and that is blocked. That is Rob Enright, who blocks the field goal, and the Menlo offense will take over.
Tinsley's kick is blocked by number 11, junior Robbie Enright.
Huge play by the junior number 11. Watch it. Enright just comes off the outside, untouched, fully extends. Perfect execution. Everything was good.
Tremendous play by number 11, Enright. And the Knights will take over, 1st down.
Everything was done extremely well. It was a perfect snap. They blocked well. Just Enright comes right off the edge. Timing was perfect. And that is a huge play. As if Enright doesn't block that and that kick goes in, it's only a 1-possession ball game. So now with 9:59 left in the football game, Menlo is up by 2 scores, 18-7 with the football. There we go. Beltran going to the air, throws over the middle, and that was tipped and then caught by Halsey.
Beltran's ball is tipped by number 8, Andrew Latu.
So Andrew Latu flies across the field.
Big number 88, Court Halsey, hauls it in.
Makes an
He's brought down by
outstanding
number
play
2,
to
John
tip
Chung,
the ball.
And it's a first down Knights at their
Look
43-yard
at
line.
Latu right there, and it drops right into Halsey's hand. Great play by Latu, great concentration by Halsey. So Menlo with a 1st and 10. They're at their own 43-yard line. Beltran, he's going to pull it. They're going back to that middle shuffle. That'll be Court Halsey for a gain of 4. They've tried that about 3-4 times today.
Richardson shovel pass to Halsey up the middle. It's a gain of 4.
And the Knights have had moderate success with that play. All 3 times, usually getting them about 4 to 5 yards.
At their 47-yard line.
So what happens after Beltran is having so much success running the ball on the read options and leads, you get people start to flow towards the quarterback, and he just pulls it back and pitches to the middle of the field. There's nobody there in the middle because those guys are now flowing towards Beltran. Here it is, direct snap. That's a lead. It'll be QB lead to Beltran, who's wrapped up, and that's a great tackle by the sophomore, number 46, Anthony Noto.
Beltran with the keeper over the left side. Strong tackle by number 46, sophomore Anthony Noto.
So this will lead to a key 3rd and 5 situation. So Sacred Heart has the last 2 drives have done
That brings up 3rd and 4 at the
good job
49-yard
making
line
adjustments
for the Knights.
and stopping the Knights' running game, or at least slowing it down. Clock is ticking. That's Enright in motion. Snap, there comes Beltran, rolling right, looking back. He's got a screen set up for Flynn, who's going to be tackled short of the 1st down. And that'll
Beltran's
be
pass complete to number
4th
22,
and
Tyler
1.
Flynn. He's pushed out right near the 1st down marker.
So in the 4th quarter, with the Knights up 2 scores, we'll see what they want to do here. So last time the Knights had a 4th and inches, they ran the option, pitched it to Richardson, and scored a touchdown. Here we go again, 4th and inches. They're in prep territory. Check that. It'll be 4th and about 1 yard.
It's 4th and 1 yard to go for the Knights.
So the Knights trying to extend this drive up 18-7 in the 4th quarter. And now we're going to get a timeout, so Menlo can discuss this. So the Menlo did a good job setting up the screen to get Tyler Flynn into the weak side flat, but Sacred Heart Prep was not fooled. They were there. Nevertheless, the Knights were able to gain 4 yards to turn this into a 4th one, and for the 2nd time this quarter, we're going to have a critical 4th and short play. Menlo doing a great job today running the football, controlling clock. It's been primarily Sergio Beltran, Ty Richardson, Jack Geisler also getting some touches in the backfield. And when they run, that's also set up a couple of key screen plays. And then those outside runs also have done a good job setting up that shovel pass where we've seen Halsey catch several, including a touchdown, and gaining about 4 to 5 yards.
Here come Beltran and the Knights.
So here we go, Menlo.
4th down and 1 yard to go.
They're packing the box, and here now they're shifting out. Sacred Heart middle backer showing blitz. And there it is, dive to Beltran, who falls forward. He's going to get the 1st down. So that's a great job by Menlo's offensive line just to get enough push to allow Beltran to run forward.
Following a big push by his offensive line, and it's
a first down for the Knights. So that'll get the clock going with 7 minutes, 9 seconds left. Menlo.
Tyler Weissel in on the tackle for the Gators.
They're in Sacred Heart territory.
First down and 10 for the Knights at the Sacred Heart 46-yard line.
So here comes Sergio Beltran. There's the snap. He's going to pull it back, and Beltran gets to the outside. He's going to be taken down. And again with the read option where Beltran's just putting the ball into his running backs.
On the option, pulls it back from Richardson.
Puts it into the
Gains 8
stomach.
yards
Is
over the
watching
left
that
side.
D end and then pulls it back and reverses fields. And he's getting about 8 yards a carry every time he does that. So here comes Menlo. At this time, they got to be thinking about trying to eat up as much clock as possible. We've seen them. They've been an on-the-ball, fast-paced tempo team. Now they're up 2 scores in the fourth. We see them huddling, trying to burn as much clock as possible. There it is, Beltran again, fakes, throws, and that's a forward pass and a late whistle.
Beltran's pass to Richardson
That's going
falls
to be
incomplete.
2nd and 3. So no whistle, and Sacred Heart is running. They don't hear a whistle. They see that ball and they dive on it, hoping that it was a backwards pass, but that's clearly a forward pass.
3rd and 2 for the Knights.
And incompletion leaves the Knights 3rd and about 3 yards. Action, that's Sergio Beltran, throws it out to Carter Jung, who's able to get outside and get enough for the first down, Menlo.
On 3rd down, Beltran connects with senior Carter Jung. He fights for yardage and gets close to the first down marker.
So if you watch this play, you have
And
Tyler
it's a first down
Flynn
for the Knights.
blocking his guy outside. The play's designed to go underneath the block inside, but Carter Jung is just so fast he can get it and still get around the corner enough for the first down. So the Knights again converting on a critical 3rd down, and we're now under 5 minutes 30 seconds into this game. 1st and 10 Menlo.
So it's first down for the Knights at the Gator 35-yard line.
And so we have a stoppage in the action. That'll be a timeout. Menlo calling the timeout here. They
Menlo
wanted,
with 5 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the
did
fourth
not
quarter.
like what they saw. They're chewing up some clock. So now the pressure is on the Sacred Heart defense.
Be sure to
They've
watch the highlights
got
from
to
this
get
game
themselves
on
off the
49ers
field.
Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. 49ers Cal High Sports has highlights and feature stories from all
Meanwhile,
around the Bay
Menlo.
Area. So join Robert Bronstein and Aubrey Tolliver for 49ers Cal High Sports Sunday nights at 6 and 10 p.m. on NBC Sports California.
We are back, and it'll be 1st and 10 with 5 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Here comes Beltran. This time he gives to Richardson, who's able to get outside and make a man miss and then get to the sideline. And that's a nice gain for the junior running back. So Ty Richardson having a great game on both sides of the football,
That's Ty
defensively
Richardson around the left side
and
for a good
offensively.
gain. He's brought up, pushed out of bounds. by sophomore Anthony Noto
So here the Knights are an empty.
and junior Carter
And that's
Shaw.
a quick throw and caught by Aaron Chen, and Chen makes a man miss. He gets a first down. So Menlo spreading out the field. That time they had nobody in the backfield.
Number 13, Aaron Chen. He's pushed out of bounds
And that's
by
just
Noto.
a quick throw and catch. You have Richardson blocking the corner. Chen able to make a man miss, fall forward, get the first down, and the Knights continue to run the clock. New set of downs, up 18-7. Here we go. Knights now have tight end on the field. That's number 22, Tyler Flynn, in the tight end position. 3 receivers to the right. There's Beltran rolling right, rolling, throwing on the move. He's got Chen, and Chen has back-to-back catches, and that's good for about 7 yards.
Beltran rolls right, finds Chen in the right flat. He reaches out to gain about 6 yards.
So Menlo doing an excellent job today with their short passing
Brings up
game
2nd and 4
and their running game.
at the 17-yard line.
Long, methodical drives, good mix of run, pass, executing on the short passes. Great job running the football. So now the clock is definitely a factor for Sacred Heart, and at some point they're going to have to start thinking about using their timeouts. Here we go, Beltran with the lead. And he's going to fight and fight, keep those legs turning. That's going to be a first down, new set of downs, 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line for the Menlo Knights.
Behind a big push from his interior line. Looks to be enough for a first down.
So this is it for Sacred Heart. They're going to need to stop the Knights. We need to confirm that it was in fact a first down, and that's what's going on as the chain crew
So it's 1st and 10, Menlo at the 12-yard line.
resets. That's the best chain crew in America. Bob Badelli, Tink Reynoso, Greg Hart. Also coached baseball at Menlo. They've been at every game, every home game this year doing the chains. You can always see Tink Reynoso. He's got sunglasses and the long hair. Back to the action. That is Beltran with a quick pitch. Throws the ball to Richardson, who's hit hard. His helmet pops off. And that's going to be a short play, short gain.
He's met in the hole by number 8, Andrew Latu.
If we watch this, we go
20, Johnny Rada.
option to the weak side. And that's a really good job. 3 Sacred Heart prep defenders there to stop Richardson for a gain of 1. And so 2nd and 9, and the clock is still going.
Richardson loses his helmet, but it's a gain of 1, and it's
I think
2nd and
Sacred
9
Heart
Knights.
is probably going to, if they get a stop here, we'll likely see them use one of their 3 remaining timeouts. Here we go, 3 receivers to the left. And Beltran, they're staying on the ground. He's going to fight through up the middle. It's tackled for a short gain.
Met in the hole
And
by number 58,
there's the
Shane
timeout.
O'Kelly.
No, there's not a timeout. Sacred Heart still letting the clock go. So here it is, 3rd and long.
Gain of a
With the
couple, and
clock
it's 3rd
ticking.
and 7.
So we'll see if the Knights go to the air. They do. Beltran looking, throwing back. So he's got Flynn, and that is incomplete. So the referees
Beltran's pass to number 22,
say
Tyler
that the
Flynn,
ball
is ruled incomplete.
hit the ground, and that
That'll bring
Flynn
up 4th down.
trapped the ball. Let's take a look at the replay. It looked pretty close. I think that might have been the right call, as there were 2 officials right there on top of it. So now on 3rd and 4th down now. We'll see if Menlo decides to bring in their field goal kicker. Regardless, they are up 2 scores. Sacred Heart would need 2 scores, so a field goal doesn't do much, because that still would mean Sacred Heart would have to score 2 touchdowns. So the Knights are going to keep their offense
It's
on the
4th
field.
and 7 on the 9-yard line, and the Menlo offense stays on the field.
And now we see a late penalty, and there is a delay of game against the Knights. That'll push them back 5 yards.
That'll be a delay of game on Menlo. 5-yard penalty will make it 4th and 12 from the 14-yard line.
So 4th and 12. Here it is, Beltran looking. He's got time, still looking. He's going to throw to Enright, who's going to be met by a swarm of defenders, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So Sacred Heart down
Beltran's pass is complete
18-7 with a minute 27 left in this football game.
He's met right at the line of scrimmage by Jack Halloran and Luke Maxwell.
The Gators are going to need a miracle
Sacred
here to
Heart
pull this
will
off.
take over on downs.
So here comes the Gator offense. And into the game now is number 12. That is senior quarterback, who's throwing the ball. And nice throw over the top, intended for York, just off his fingertips.
Senior Jack Harrell's in at quarterback for the Gators.
So Jack Harrell, number 12, is the senior.
And throws a great ball down the field to number 13, Jake York. The ball falls incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
And so here comes Harrell under center. Down 18-7. He does quick drop, throws into the flat, and that is caught by number 44.
Harrell's pass complete to number 44,
That's
Brandon Singh.
And so here comes, the clock is moving. And with about 1 minute left, it's the Knights are looking to break a 4-year losing streak in the Valpo Bowl.
Harrell's pass intended for
Looks
York.
like they may
Falls
cap
incomplete.
off
Aaron Chenin on the
a
coverage.
perfect, undefeated regular season. Menlo 9-0, under a minute away from going 10-0 and starting their playoff run. So here it is. We have 4th and about 5.
5 for the Gators.
Here's Harrell rolling, looking. He's going to tuck it, run. He's going to be short. There's a late penalty. We'll see what that flag's all about.
Harrell rolls right. He's brought down by number 10, Matt Murphy. Will Murphy.
And so there's, looks like a face mask is going to be against the Knights, and that's going to extend the drive.
That's a face mask penalty against the Knights.
So the Menlo Knights less than 1 minute away from reclaiming the Valpo Bowl. They've only won once in the last 10 seasons. This would be their second and their first since 2016.
Yard line.
Here's Harrell rolling, looking, throwing deep, and that is caught by York and brought down by Chen.
Harrell's pass is complete to number 13, Jake York.
So Harrell comes in,
just inside the 15-yard line.
and he's moving this offense again on the boot. Hits York with a beautiful ball. And so with 40 seconds, Sacred Heart's going to have to score quickly and then look to an onside kick. There's Harrell, rolls. He's got number 44, Brandon Singh, who gets out of bounds inside the 2.
Harrell's pass.
So 29 seconds left.
Brandon Singh.
So Harrell comes
Goes out
in,
of bounds inside the 5-yard
throwing the
line.
ball extremely efficiently on the move.
Clock stops.
And
it's
he's moving
first
the
and goal
Gators.
on
The
the
Gators
2.
are going to be inside the 2-yard line. Oh, and Harrell has trouble with the snap. Sacred Heart gets it.
There's a fumble on the
and
exchange.
immediately calls timeout.
Harrell recovers. Timeout Gators.
So we saw this again early in the game. When Sacred Heart, this time they're inside the 2. When they were on their own 2, they had trouble with the exchange, which was then recovered by Sam Scola for a touchdown. So Menlo today with 1 defensive touchdown, a running touchdown, and a passing touchdown. But this game is not over. We've seen crazier things before. Sacred Heart is down 18-7, 22 seconds. They're at about the 3-yard line. They would have to score and then recover an onside kick to give themselves a chance at winning this football game. The Menlo Sea of Gold hovering around the sidelines of this field. They're ready to rush the field, but we've got some football left. It's a beautiful day here at Menlo. This might be one of the greatest attended football games in Menlo school history. Valpo Bowl brings all of the community out for Menlo. Sacred Heart has their entire student session as well as many of their parents and fans. Stands are packed, people standing all over the sideline. First time in over 10 years where this game has actually been played here on Cartan Field. Traditionally, the Valpo Bowl is played on a neutral site for Friday night. Of course, last year during the pandemic season, the game was played in the afternoon without fans at Sacred Heart.
From the 2.
And here we go, back to action. There's Harrell, who's going to roll right, looking. He's going to drop his shoulder and he's in for a touchdown.
Jack Harrell rolls right, and he's into the end zone.
So 17 seconds left.
18-13.
Sacred Heart Prep
17 seconds to play.
trails by 5. We assume their offense is going to stay on the field.
And the Gator offense will stay on the field for the 2-point conversion.
And so this game is going to all come down to an onside kick. If the Knights recover, the game will be over. If Sacred Heart recovers, they will have a chance. They will have 18 seconds, 17 seconds.
That's Harold to sing for the 2 points.
To go what would be probably about 50 yards.
17 seconds to play.
So they're making this game exciting. Menlo up 18-15. Menlo fans excited, but they're still, this game is not over yet. Menlo's will send their hands team out. And Sacred Heart has been extremely efficient in recovering onside kicks. We saw them recover one last week against Half Moon Bay. They generally like to roll it right down the middle of the field and let their kicker get it. They're more of an act of surprise, but now we'll see where this one's coming. Knights have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the front line, all of them skilled players and receivers except for Hausenbold, but Hausenbold's got great hands. And here comes the onside kick. That's a short one, gets a high bounce, and look at Sam Scola climb the ladder, bring it in, and that's going to wrap it up. Very fitting that Sam Scola is the one to recover that. He went all the way up. Look at how high Scola gets. That's a tough kick to handle. So there's a flag on the field, which we'll see. The Menlo fans celebrating as if this game is over.
The penalty is on the Gators.
The penalty is against Sacred Heart. This will be declined, obviously, and Menlo is going to take a knee and be victorious.
That penalty is declined, and the
Knights
take
Bowl.
over the ball.
So there we go, Sergio Beltran. He only lost one game as a starter last year, and that was against Sacred Heart Prep. Getting his revenge this year and capping off an undefeated 10-0 football season, he's going to take a knee. What an outstanding game today between the Menlo Knights and the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. 18-15, low-scoring defensive affair. Beltran takes the knee, and here come the Knights. They're going to celebrate. As the clock winds down, 10 seconds, both these teams will continue in the postseason. Congratulations both to the Menlo Knights and the Sacred Heart Prep Gators on an outstanding football game. We will see you next week for the playoffs.
Snapping a 4-year winning streak for the Gators. On a reception from Beltran. Congratulations to the Gators on a well-played game and season, and to your Menlo Knights.